What's up, Internet? Cory here, collecting with Cory. We're back with another pickup video. These are my keeps, and I literally have almost a whole table full. Let's go. Alright, in this pickup video, you're going to see a few things. Video games, board games, audio CDs, a little bit of everything. I'm just going to kind of move through this table that I've set up next to me that has pretty much everything I picked up in the last month or so. First up, I'm going to run through these quick because they're all pretty much the same series, obviously. We have the Game of Thrones audiobooks. I picked these up for $4 each. At Thrift. Unfortunately, the ones that came in the double pack, I guess, where it wouldn't all fit in one box, I had to pay basically double for because the thrift store saw it as two separate things. So $4 each on those, plus an extra $8 spent. This was a random thing I picked up earlier at my thrift store. This is Power Rangers Time Force, the PC game. I picked this up, it was 99 cents. This was probably the first thing I picked up for this pickup video, time-wise. And I don't really know what I was doing. Some Switch games, because I'm just kind of pulling in order of what is here. These, 3 of these were from GameStop, I want to say. Maybe it was Best Buy. It was a while ago. There was some sort of sale where these games were all part of it. I really don't remember the sale. But if you see these and you were, maybe purchased something from the sale, maybe you could remind me in the comments below. Picked up Cobra Operation Blackout. Yeah, wow. Picked up G.I. Joe Operation Blackout. I don't know why I called this Cobra. Sonic Forces and Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD, which I've not heard great things about, but, well, I haven't heard great things about Sonic Forces either, but it condenses it into 2, games for me on my shelf. And the game I really wanted, Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I still need the first game, Ori and the Blind Forest. Obligatory, everybody else picked this up, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Had to pick it up, haven't opened it yet. Eventually I'll get around to playing it. I'm still playing through Dragon Quest II right now on the Switch. And to be honest, this is probably the second best Mario game I think they've ever made. So I'm going to enjoy this later. This was, I believe, an eBay pickup that was cheap. This is Roman Rumble in Las Vegas, Asterix and Obelix. XXL2. I don't know if there was like a first game. I don't know anything about these characters for the most part. I've recognized them from being some sort of European cartoon, but aside from that, I don't know much about it. This was a thrift store pickup. A while ago, you saw me get the Tetris mini arcade thing here loose. I replaced it with a sealed one. Looks slightly better on my shelf, I guess. This was $6 at Thrift. These games I actually just got from Sam at the flea market today. I did a package deal together with Contra 3, The Alien Wars, which I already have for the Super Nintendo. So that was going to be a flipper, and I basically got to keep these ones for free. With the deal we worked out. We got Power Rangers Samurai on the Nintendo DS. Outlaw Volleyball for the Xbox. And Silent Scope Complete, which I actually saw Rob the Video Game Hoarder pick up maybe a month ago, and it was the first time I'd ever seen that game, so it wasn't too surprising when I saw it at Sam's booth today, but I did know that I wanted to pick it up. I think the Xbox, the original Xbox, is one of the few consoles I've actually played light gun games on, aside from like my old Menacer back in the day for the Sega Genesis. I definitely had some light gun games for the original Xbox, I believe House of the Dead 2. And I definitely tested those out, and they worked back when I had a shitty TV. Or a shittier TV. Now it won't work on what I have, from what I understand. Anyways. If you guys have been following Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, or any of the Power Rangers, I guess, you'll know that they recently pulled the majority of the middle seasons and later seasons off of Netflix. I'd recently just watched everything. I think I have maybe a season of Beast Morphers to finish, which they haven't even finished putting on Netflix yet, and it's still there. But just in general, I decided I wanted to get the DVDs. Because, I mean, it's Power Rangers. It's not really going to be Blu-ray quality for most of the old shows, so it's not necessary to get. And they don't exist for the most part, from what I understand. At least not in Region 1. So, Shout Factory puts out some decent DVDs. They look really cool. I've got 2 handfuls here. I don't know where to begin. From an eBay deal, I got basically all of Mighty Morphin, minus Season 2, Volume 1, which I actually got off Amazon already. And the rest of the ones I got from Amazon, Power Rangers Spd, really probably the best season, in my opinion. Wild Force, one of the worst seasons. Jungle Fury, right down at the bottom of the list, also for me. Operation Overdrive, everybody would tell you this is the worst season. I think it's actually kind of a banger. And lastly, RPM, another one of the greatest seasons. So I'll eventually get all of them on DVD, I hope. I don't know how they're releasing the latest seasons or whatever, but for the ones that are available from Shout Factory, I want to pick them up. Also Power Rangers related, they came out with the 2 latest Mighty Morphin Power Rangers graphic novel volume collections. This actually ends the series. I have 13 and 14 here, which I actually got in the opposite order because I'm an idiot. Leads into the new series, Mighty Morphin, and also Power Rangers, 2 separate series following 2 separate teams. Whew. Giving you guys way more Power Rangers information than you probably thought you signed up for. The next thing I have to show you here is technically not a new pickup. This is a pickup I had probably 5, maybe 6 years ago. But one that I finally actually decided to keep in my collection, at least for a little while. This is the Tyco Drum Master for the PS2. This was sitting in storage over at my mother's house for a while. Main issue with it is it only has one of the drumsticks. Everything else is in really good shape. I'm never going to find the other drumstick. No one's going to want to buy it with only one drumstick. I mean, technically the only thing I can really do is part it out to people that want the individual pieces and then maybe the box separately. I don't know. I just decided to keep it, hold on to it, / take it out of storage and maybe put it on a shelf in here. We are going to be shaking up this game room a little bit in, I'd say, like maybe the next month or so. So I should have a little bit more room in here, hopefully. A few other things I picked up. At Thrift, I decided to bite on getting the Guitar Hero attachment for the Nintendo DS Lite, because I do have somewhere, I don't know where I put it. I have, in a previous pickup video, you saw me pick up the Nintendo DS Lite for Guitar Hero. The limited edition one, that is. Finally, well, I don't say finally. I've had this game on and off before, Mario Kart DS. It's always one that I end up trading into GameStop when they have a deal. Picked it up again for like $6 or $7 probably at thrift, and I'm going to keep it for now. Maybe I'll need to trade it to GameStop. Who knows if they're going to be around that much longer to take DS games anyway. Picked up, something triggered me to want to get all the Harry Potter games. So I started like looking into what systems they all came out on, because I know Harry Potter is a long running franchise that would have spanned multiple different hardware generations, and I wanted to get like all the games kind of in one place, or at least as in much of one place as I could figure out. And I definitely want it to be handheld, because I'm never going to play Harry Potter the Sorcerer's Stone on PS2 or whatever. And also I think that's an expensive one. So I decided to go with Game Boy Advance and Nintendo DS, because I think between those two consoles you get all the games. Picked this up for like $11 shipped, complete in the box. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Figured that'd be a good place to start, because this was my favorite book out of the series. Is it a good game? Probably not. But I'll have them all eventually. One thing that I'm very rarely able to add to my collection is NES games that I don't have. I actually picked this up at one of my pawn shops, whatever I want to call it today. Danny Sullivan's Indie Heat. Kind of an uncommon title. Unfortunately, the label is peeling a little bit on front there. Paid about $20. Had something else bundled with this. They did have me pay tax, so it was probably like $21, and I got a game I can sell for like $10 out of the deal. Save that for last. Here are some more Nintendo Switch games. Wow, never mind. Apparently, I've been stockpiling all this pickups long enough that I thought I already shot this in a video. This is something I got at the same thrift store that I got the attachment from, the Guitar Hero Nintendo DS Lite, in remarkably good shape. So I'm actually kind of thinking maybe I can find the box eventually, and then just have that complete in the box, and really cool thing for my collection. Like I was saying before, back to the Switch games, we picked up Layton's Mystery Journey, Catriel, and the Millionaire's Conspiracy Deluxe Edition. What a mouthful. Running out of places to put these things. Grip, and Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. Did not get this from Walmart. I got that very early when everybody was still listing up their recent Walmart clearance finds to eBay. And in the haste of everybody trying to race to the bottom, trying to sell their recently purchased clearance, people were taking some really good offers. And I think I got that for about $13 shipped, which is amazing because they probably bought it for $10. So they were probably just looking for their money back. I don't know why this is in the pile. I feel like I've had this for a while, but not a mainline Goosebump book, but one I am collecting. Give Yourself Goosebumps 12. Welcome to the Wicked Wax Museum, with a cover that is possibly going to get my YouTube channel in trouble, but we'll just move past that. Some more handheld games. This was actually part of the clearance from Walmart. One of the last games I picked up from the Walmart clearance. This, unfortunately, I don't know if it happened when the employee put it in the bag or if it was like this on the shelf, but I didn't realize that the plastic was damaged, and thus I wouldn't be able to sell it as new. And this is a game, this was probably the first 3DS game I ever owned and beat. And I don't have it in my collection anymore, probably because of GameStop trade-ins or whatever. So, decided to keep this one. The one I had actually had a steel book. It was like some European steel book, so maybe I'll pick that up again. It was awkward on my shelf, so that's probably why I got rid of it. Another Harry Potter game. This one's on the Nintendo DS, like I said, trying to go for all the handheld Harry Potter games, complete in the box. So we have Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 1. Let's switch it up with some board games. Paid about $21 each for these shipped in the deal that I got. We got the Ticket to Ride expansion, well, I guess the map collection 4. This is Netherlands. Still nowhere to put anything. And Ticket to Ride map collection 2. This is India. Ticket to Ride is basically, now that I've collected all of Catan, or basically all of Catan, and all of Dominion, I'm knocking out Ticket to Ride next. And then who knows where I go from there. Maybe I'll chill on the board games for a little bit. Probably not, because I still have some more to show you. We have a Game of Thrones, the card game, from Fantasy Flight. Looks kind of interesting. I believe everything is actually brand new sealed inside there. It's just not actually sealed. As I was on the Harry Potter kick, I actually picked this up to sell, but realized I didn't have any chess in my massive board game collection. So what's better than Wizard's chess? So pick this one up, and I'm going to keep it. And the last board game I have to show you is one that I've found 3 times now. I actually have 2 others listed. We have Diplomacy. Once again, I think I've showed this in another pickup video when I thought I was keeping it. Then I decided to sell it, but I don't want to list a 3rd one on eBay that hasn't been selling, so I'm going to keep this one for now. All right. So, we're down to the cream of the crop. What do I want to show last? Well, let's go through this pickup. I guess these are the games from a pickup that I'm keeping. If you guys follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, you would have seen me pick up some Sega Saturn games recently. These are the ones I'm keeping for my collection out of there. We have Virtua Cop. Unfortunately, just the disc in that sleeve. Black Dawn. Black Fire, which is actually the first Sega Saturn game I ever had for my collection. And Virtua Cop 2. Now, I actually had shot a pickup video for that entire Sega Saturn pickup that also had a, well, I'll show the picture up on the screen. Future Cory, help me out. And I don't know, I just don't like doing pickup videos of stuff I'm selling. It's a weird shift, I think, for the channel, where I kind of only want to show what I'm actually collecting. The channel's called Collecting with Cory, not Reselling with Cory, not Reselling with Rory, whatever jokes we've made in the past. And I just didn't feel like posting. I didn't feel like editing. I didn't feel like posting it, because it was going to be stuff that I was going to show in this video that you would have already seen, and it just seemed like a waste of time, just like this conversation we're having about it right now. So the last 2 things we have, also something you would have seen if you follow me on any social media, pausing for the thumbnail probably. Picked up the Mario edition for the Nintendo Switch. My main driving factor behind wanting this, I wanted better battery life. This is the new model of the Switch, the one that has better battery. In general, I would be able to play my old Switch for maybe 3 hours a night before it would be in like pretty close to end of its battery life. And I'm not playing complex games. I'm not playing Breath of the Wild on there. I'm playing like Dragon Quest 1, Catan, like stuff that should not be that much of a drain on the battery. And I gotta say, it's crazy how much longer lasting the battery is on the new Switch. It's pretty ridiculous. As someone who games primarily in handheld mode, it's a big difference, and I would highly suggest looking into a newer Switch. If they're not going to announce the Switch Pro later this year, which they might, I did take that into consideration. Honestly, I'm such a Nintendo sucker that I'm going to end up with that one too. One thing I don't think people who purchase this, like me, realized when they purchased it is how awkward it is trying to match up all the different Joy-Con with this. They're not going to look great with the red system. They're not. Like, you can pretty much swap the red ones you have here for maybe the other red ones that came out previously. Even the neon red and blue ones won't really look that great on it. You can use the gray ones, of course. That'll work. But what an advantage it is having a black system when you're trying to actually match up Joy-Cons to not look ridiculous with this. I thought about this because the other extra Joy-Cons I have in my collection are the neon yellow. They're not going to look good on this. It's going to look goofy. So hopefully I don't get any drift on these, because I'm going to have to go gray. I'm not going to have any other choice. And the last game I have to show you is a result of what happens when I find nothing when I'm out thrifting. Sometimes you just want to buy something, right? And I ended up like that when I picked up Vi, however you want to say it. I'll be honest, I'm not sure how people have pronounced this in the past in videos I've watched. I haven't heard many people, other than my friend Carl, who owns the Grid Games, where I bought this, talk about this game. He says it's pretty cool. He pretty much beat it. He pretty much got to the end, realized there was like some grinding he had to do, and then just watched the ending. I've done that in the past. I've done that. I'm considering doing that with Dragon Quest II, based on me being pretty much at the end, and apparently I still have another 10 levels worth of grinding to do before I can possibly beat the boss, but we'll see how that goes. Picked that up from him for a decent deal. It is missing the map. I'm not too concerned about it right now because it's not a big deal. I feel like so many people end up apologizing for the condition of their pickups. Like they'll buy something and they'll just be like, oh, but that's not a big deal. It usually happens a lot when you see people like that are gifted things, and they'll apologize for the condition of the things they're gifted. It's just like, it really isn't a big deal in a lot of cases. Like, I was thinking about that the other day. I did pick up something this week. I think it was one of the Power Rangers DVDs that I got off eBay, and it's like season 3 or season 2 disc 6 is missing, and it's because my dumbass didn't look at the description on the thing I bought. So like, I was outraged at first, and then I was just like, you know what, I effed up. I'm not going to try and return it because it's missing something that it stated it was missing. And in reality, the 5 or so episodes that are on that disc probably are garbage anyway, if we're going to be honest. So, I don't know. I'm rambling. I don't know how relevant it's going to be based on when I put this out, but my friends and I, my D&D friends and I, are looking into starting a podcast. And it's basically just going to be rambling from what I'm gathering, the way it's gone. And maybe you guys would like to watch it. Let me know in the comments below. I say watch it because I'm thinking maybe I'll put it on my YouTube channel. I don't know if it'll have any video. Maybe it'll just be the audio on my YouTube channel. We'll also post it to all the other podcatching stuff. It's going to have a weird name. I'll talk about it later at some point, but let me know if that's something you might be interested in. Just hearing me ramble with friends that don't know nearly as much about video games, but are relatively hilarious people. Can I end this video? Like, I just feel like future Cory is just going to be like, just cut it. Just cut it. Stop. Stop talking. Stop talking. You keep talking. Like the video. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know how you like this angle, this lighting. This is with... I'm still talking! I'm still talking! He won't stop talking! Let's take a look around. I have no lights on in here. I put the sign on for funsies because I never really talk about it or mess with it. But like, I'm just kind of using sunlight bouncing off of the snow that's outside here in Connecticut. So, like the video, subscribe if you're new. And I just realized how bad the lighting just got back here. But as always, keep it real, internet. I love you guys. Stop talking, dude.